This is not the story of I quit my 6-figure job and now I'm gonna live out my dreams. Like, this is not that story. There's no more seed. That's it. The flower died and there's no more seed. It's causing a brick in your solar plexus. And I just, right there. It's right there. Hello and welcome back for another episode of... We're still figuring out exactly what this is. But today's scenery brought to you by the third day of March and spring underway. As you can see in the far background, like over there, there's still a little bit of snow to be melted. But for the most part, it's gone. So we're out in the sun today. Excuse the loud traffic. We are right on the side of a street. I'll show y'all later. But today was the first day that it's like 50 plus degrees and warm and sunny. So I wanted to record an update. The end of February, I didn't prioritize. Okay, so I'll get to this part later in the video. But basically, for 1 week, I'm going to try not to use the B word, aka busy. So instead of saying I was busy at the end of February, I'm going to say I did not prioritize recording an end of the month update. As you can see, I've changed up my jacket. I realized in all the other videos I'm wearing the same jacket, and it's because that's my warmest jacket, and I layer it up. But now that it's going to be spring, I might be wearing this one in the videos, or who knows. So, big new life decisions. So, and this is part of the lesson of February going into March, is really that you need to make room for your blessings. I'm going to say that again. You need to make room for your blessings. And all of February, the message I continued to receive was, through various different modes. So one time I received it during a chakra meditation in which I realized my solar plexus was blocked, and the meditation was very nice and very well guided. But it was really in that I literally started coughing like a lot during the point of the meditation where we're in the solar plexus, which is your powerhouse. And in my powerhouse, I had blockage, and I could feel it. And when I visualized and drew what that looked like, it was literally like a big red brick was right in the center of my powerhouse, of my solar plexus. And to have a brick in the way of your power really impedes you from using your power, which I know that is the case. Like, for all of February / many months prior to this, I've been knowing that I've not been able to fully step into my power because of choices, decisions, circumstances, commitments, relationships, whatever that I have continued to be in relation with that were causing that brick, and that literally, if I put together the things that composed this brick, is all of these things. So I kept receiving the message. I also got the message just by trying. Oh my god, this one is good. So the other way that I received this message is through plants. So about 9 months ago, I planted a bare stem of a sunflower, and that sunflower ended up growing 16 flowers. It bloomed 16 flowers. And the thing is that those 16 flowers, the number 16 becomes very significant. We'll get to that later. So anyways, I grew 16 flowers, and then they died in the last few weeks. After all these months, my dad called me and said the sunflower is not giving flowers anymore. And it's like, I really thought they're gonna give flowers. If not, I'm gonna take their seed and plant a seed but the flower didn't give any seed. And he's like, it's really strange because, these flowers usually give seed, and now there was no seed for me to replant it. And that's when I knew there's no seed. Like, there is nothing left of this situation that I was in. And so basically, I quit my job. It sounds so funny for me to say that out loud. Okay, well, it's not the first time. Okay, round 2, I did the same thing about the same time last year. Maybe 1 month from now, I quit my job as well. And life took me for a roller coaster, which, one day I'm going to do that video of moving across the country twice within months apart, in the midst of a pandemic. So that's a video for another time. But yeah, life took me for a roller coaster the last time I quit a job. So obviously I was scared, and obviously there's just a lot of other reasons I was scared, and this like false sense of security that I was attaching myself to, simply because this was the first time that I had a regularly paid job where, I knew my paycheck is coming every 2 weeks. I know how much it's going to be. I know how to budget. I know how to, pay my bills and take care of everything. And it's the first time I had that in my life. And so obviously I was attached to it because it gave me what I thought was a sense of security. But the truth is that that's not security. And honestly, there is no security under capitalism, because at any moment, like, they could have fired me. At any moment, they just said, we're not paying you no more, and like get rid of me. So it wasn't actually like that was a sustainable financial way of sustaining myself, nor did it provide me financial freedom, as in I was making some money, but like this is not the story of I quit my 6-figure job and now I'm gonna live out my dreams. Like, this is not that story. This is a story of I was already highly underpaid, very much overqualified, overworked, discriminated against, faced with so much adversity at this workplace, so much judgment, so much isolation, harm, and what is it called? All directions pointed the same everything pointed to the same, what? Okay, whatever. Y'all, I hope y'all know what I mean. Like, everything pointed to the same thing, which is like, you have to leave this place. I'm trying to stay in the sun, isn't it? So it's like, you have to leave. And I was attached for a variety of reasons, but a few months ago I started planning my escape plan. And by escape plan, I mean, what am I gonna do? Like, how am I gonna sustain myself when I leave this job? Because I was really trying to hold on for many more months, and things just kept piling on, more and more reason and more like universal signs telling me, what are you doing here? Like, this is over. There's no more seed. That's it. The flower died and there's no more seed. It's causing a brick in your solar plexus, and you are miserable. And no matter what route you take, because I did try this route of, okay, let me just, try to make things better at this workplace. Whatever route I took, everything took me back to the same place, which was, this place is not for you. So, major lessons of February. And so that was actually one of the, I think, the final decisions I made in the end of the month was to put in the resignation letter and quit my job. So I'm still at the job for a few more weeks, but this is over. And honestly, I felt like in the moment, I really, like, my mouth started watering and I felt like I was going to throw up, but I didn't. But it was just kind of like a release. And honestly, there is so much uncertainty. I'm cracking up because it's so uncomfortable. Okay, there's so much uncertainty with what's about to come. So, I mean, I'm just gonna have to be here for the ride. But I feel good about it. I feel like there was there was literally no other direction to go. So I had to go this way, and now we're here. So Yes. Now let's step into what is March. Look at me taking the sun. This sun's about to go down, so I'm trying to get the most of it. All right, so what is March? What is happening now? Okay, so this month, I'm not trying to use the B word. Okay, this month is filled with opportunities for me to be creative, for me to make a nice plan of my dreams, goals, creations, projects, for the following months, and to really just sit with this large stage, please. Sorry, y'all. So, to just sit with this decision that I've just made to alter my life, and a lot of reading has been happening. So, I've read a couple books, been listening to a couple books, and I really think that everything always in alignment. But I feel really inspired to not completely alter, because I feel like a lot of the things are already part of who I am, and it's just bringing awareness to those parts of myself. But to alter my life in such a way that is much more aligned with who I am and what I believe in and how I wish to move about this earth and this plane, and really detach myself from patterns and hopes and aspirations that actually do not belong to me. Like, my actual soul does not agree to those forms of living, and the way that I actually desire to live and to breathe and to exist is very different from the way I've been moving through the world. And I think it's accepting that it's okay for that part of me to have changed, and accepting that I want something different now. And what? The sun, I just right there. It's right there. Okay. So, yeah, accepting that it's okay for things to change, and it's okay for your wishes and dreams, and I don't even want to say the word desires, because it feels like very like that's a form of attachment too, but rather like, just the aspirations, I guess. Which also, all of this, for my next video is really going to be about being in the present as well, because right now, obviously, in the oh my god, I just made a big decision and it's going to change my life, so I want to plan what's next. But honestly, the power behind all of it is not knowing, and letting uncertainty also be a metaphor for how wild the universe is. And I can only plan so much, and I talk about this in my other video. It's just like, just be here, because if I make a very strict plan of like, this is what I'm supposed to do, and then it doesn't go that way, which likely it will not go that way, because that's just not what life is. And so if I really just live my day to day in the present, knowing that I am so blessed and so full of abundance and so full of talent and so brilliant, and just destined to be me and be me for a long, long time, then that's fine. And the other thing is that, recently I just thought about, like, what is the purpose of the spirit that chose to manifest themselves in this life? Oh my god, I feel like I'm talking to myself. Well, I am, but okay, so my spirit has some things that they want to do on this plane, and I gotta listen to the spirit, and that's where we are now. So it's just like, I can keep trying to turn away, but spirit came here, manifested themselves here on this plane to walk in purpose and to move in purpose, and universe is going to affirm spirit, because that's what they came here to do. So I gotta align myself, because when I don't align myself is when things get really difficult and challenging and hurtful. So, in conclusion, that's where we're going to be right now. We're going to sit with life-altering decisions and be in the present, and know that the future is just filled with glorious gifts for us, And that's it. That's the update, y'all. That's the update. All right. Wishing that spring will be here very soon, which we know they will. And sun is soon to be gone for the day, and moon is soon to, the moon is always there, but the moon is coming to take over the show for the night. So I will catch up with y'all in the next one. Stay tuned for some affirmations at the end, All right. Bye-bye.